So we create a new document. I'm making it 1000 by 1000 pixels and 200 pixels per square inch is the resolution. Make sure your foreground and background colors are black and white respectively. To fill up your background with black, press Alt and Delete. And make a new layer. Open up your gradient tool. Select linear gradient. Go down, go into settings and noise samples. Say OK. Select whichever one you want. I'm going to take the second one. Keep Shift pressed and make a gradient throughout the document. Go on to Filter, Distort and Wave. So I've made this with Jupyter in mind, so finally you'll see that it looks a lot like Jupyter but just with little different colors. With these settings you can play around. As you can see, I'm playing around here till I think it looks fine. Then hit OK. You can see the filter has been added. We go on to Filter, Liquify, and you can use these tools to start playing around. Make circles. Like I'm going to use, like I just said, I've kept Jupyter in mind. So Jupyter's got the big storm, the big circle and the tiny circle, which are storms on the planet. And I'm going to make something like that soon. So I'm just using the pucker tool here. Just added a few things here and there. I'm going to go into bloat now and make the bigger circle and the smaller circle here. So these are like the storms in Jupyter. I'm going to open up the warp tool and just play around. You can just experiment with this. You don't have to follow any kind of pattern because these planets are all different, right? So, and whatever you're making can be whatever you want. Just go ahead, do whatever you want. As you can see, I'm just making some diagonal lines. And once you're happy with whatever you've done, hit OK. Here you can see it's been added. I'm going to go on to Filter, Distort and Spherize. Amount is 100% and mode is normal. Here you can see it already starts looking like a planet. We're going to cut that out now, put that onto a new layer. For that I'm going to use the elliptical marquee tool. Go from one corner to the other, make a selection and press Ctrl J. So it's on a new layer. You can see it now, it already looks like a planet and it's on a new layer. I'm going to move it onto another document that I've kept ready. That's 1920 by 1080 and same 200 pixels per inch as a resolution. You can resize it and move it to wherever you want. I've opened up the blending options. I'm going to add the outer glow and the inner glow right now. So outer glow, color, you can select any color from the gradient of the planet that you used. You'll see soon that I'll pick a green. Blending mode normal, opacity 100%. Change it up to green. Size is about 40 pixels. I'm just copying the color because the inner glow I'm going to add the same color. I'm going to paste that. Hit OK. Blend mode normal. You can play around with these settings as well. Whenever you're happy, hit OK. Here you can see it's already looking like a planet now, and we started from just a normal document. So here's how you make a planet easily in Photoshop. Now go on to noise, add noise. We're making the star field be end, 200 Gaussian monochromatic. Filter, blur, Gaussian blur, set it at 1 pixel. Bring up your levels right now, Ctrl L, and move your sliders around till you think it looks like a star field or till you're happy with the results. So I'm sending my blacks to 200 and whites to 223. Yeah, hit OK. And you can see now it already looks like a star field behind. You can play around with the position and the size of the planet. You can change the hue and saturation. Let's just bring this up. You press Control and U. I'm not changing it. I just it is possible to do. That's why I brought that up. I made a copy of the planet. Resize it. I was just playing around to see if I could add another planet in this image, but I finally ended up hiding the layer. I didn't actually keep that. I'm going to bring up hue saturation again. Control U. Change the color to whatever you want. And whenever you're happy, hit OK. So I'm going to end up hiding the layer right now. So I made a selection of the planet. I've added a new layer. I'm going to add kind of a shadow right now. So I brought up my brush tool. Taking a soft brush. I'm going to increase the size. So I've hit that in about 4 times because it's a soft brush. So here you can see we've got like a shadow on one side. That's because in some time you're going to see I'm going to add a lens flare behind the planet. So it's going to be like the light source is behind the planet. So right now you're going to see I'm going to add the tiny galaxy kind of thing that you've seen in the image. I'm going to add a new layer, select the marquee tool, make an elliptical kind of selection. I'm going to add render clouds and go to render and difference clouds. To deselect it, you can just press Ctrl and D. Filter, distort, and twirl. Go up all the way. That's to about 999, I think. Hit OK. Now we're going to have to delete the black from this whirlpool looking galaxy. Go into color range, select black, and then we're going to add a feather. So you can see I'm going to select the color right now. Hit OK. On top I'm going to add feather of about 20 pixels and press delete twice. So you can see it already starts looking like a whirlpool kind of galaxy. You can change the size, and I'm going to change the perspective right now. I'm going to bring up my brush tool to make the center of the galaxy brighter, so I'm just going to paint white over it. So I wasn't too happy with this, so I'm going to undo everything, make a new layer. add the brush tool thing right now. Put both in a group. And now transform the full group at once. So the perspective gets added onto both. To change perspective, you can just press Ctrl and move the corners around. The Control key has to be pressed. That's when you can control each corner. Hit enter and now transform the size to whatever you think looks good. I'm just going to keep it at that corner at that size. And I'm going to take a screenshot. I'm going to merge all the layers. Control Alt Shift and E. Now go on to render, lens flare, 105mm prime, 70%, and you can change the position of the flare. As you can see, this becomes a little too bright, so I'm going to undo that and make it about 35 to 40%. I brought up the hue saturation again, but I'm not going to change anything. I'm just going to cancel it right now. Just trying to play around with whatever. So this is the image. Now you can save it, and that's about it. So that's how easy it is to make a planet and a galaxy in Photoshop. And we've also made a star field and everything. So we've started with a blank document. We haven't merged images. We haven't taken any other image. We've just made everything from scratch. So hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Like, comment and subscribe. Thanks.